Hey guys, so I am back with another taste testing. From different sources, I was able to get these fruits, and I think they're pretty interesting. I don't think I've ever shown the cherimoyas in one of my taste testings, and this is a Sapodilla. This is a June Plum, and we've got these black sapotes here, but they're not ready. I've already shown you these. These still have like maybe a week or so before they ripen. And just another couple different varieties of cherimoya. I will just be trying this one here because it's the ripest one. It's really cool looking. It looks like almost looks like a dragon head or something, or some kind of reptile. Look at this. It's really freaky looking. This looks kind of like the bottom of a jaw, and the front looks like, you know, where the mouth is, and the eyes would be here. Anyways, kind of silly, but there's that cherimoya. There's this one here, which is almost ready, not quite. This one here, probably another 2 days on it. And this, look at all these. These are Jaboticabas or Jaboticabas, or however you want to say them. And these are pretty good size. I was lucky to be able to source some fruit. My trees are starting to produce and flower, but it's gonna be a while before I get any like this. So I got this big bowl of Jaboticaba fruit, and we'll taste test those. One of the newer things I've gotten, well, I've had it, I've just never used it. It's a refractometer, so we can see what the Brix is on some of these fruits. This is just a little cheapy one on Amazon. I think I got for, I guess, less than $20, or maybe it was even eBay. But just kind of cool, just for fun, to see what the actual Brix levels are on these fruit. So I'm trying to keep it short today. Let's start what we got here. We'll start with the June Plum. I think this will be the least sweet. I used to have one of these. I think it's also called an Ambarella, or dwarf umbrella. That's what the one I had. It produced fruit just like this, lots of them. When you smell it, it has sort of it's got a sweet scent to it. It's kind of, in a way, has a little citrusy kind of, I guess a little citrus scent to it also. These usually have like a little spiny seed in them, so let's cut one open, take a look. Some people like to eat these while they're green with some salt. So it's gonna be super difficult to cut into this. It doesn't really split open like that, but here's what it looks like inside. Oh, I gotta give you some more light here. There we go. Now we can see. So the seed is all kind of interlaced in the fruit. Let me just, first we'll put some on the refractometer, some of the juice, and let's take a reading. Well, it's only 10, the Brix of 10, so it's not going to be real sweet. We'll try it out. When you bite into it, it's sort of like biting into a little bit like a pear or an apple. The rind is pretty tough. You almost could just peel this off. And now it looks like a loquat here, but it's way different because it's all the little fibers of the seed in here. I think these are also called hog plums. No, that's not it. That's something else. It's not bad eating. It's something you have to just kind of sit and work at. You can't just pop one open and eat it. Sort of like, and it's hard to describe this, the taste of this. It's sort of like, kind of like a melon with tang. It's got its own different, its own little flavor to it. So this seed, it just goes through the whole thing. I mean, you've got to really work at it as far as getting the flesh out. You see how the fibers are throughout the whole thing. Okay, what I'm gonna do, let's rinse off my refractometer real fast, and then next we'll go to, let's try a Sapodilla. Here is this one. It's maybe this one's a little more ripe. We'll try this one. These are not the biggest examples of these fruit. They can get a lot way bigger than this. And slicing through it's easy. And look at it, looks like kind of like a pear with cinnamon spice on it, and they've got these black seeds in there. This one, they almost look like black sapote seeds, so I guess you can tell they're in the same family. So here is this fruit. It's almost like dusty on the outside. It's got the fibers of the rind, and they kind of dust right off. So let's try looking at the bricks on this one. If I can get enough juice. Okay. It is pretty much off the chart. It's like 20, not off the chart, but it's way up there. It looks like it is at 28. Wow, it's pretty high. So, and the sugar content. Let's try. Oh yeah, big contrast from this to this. So man, it's really good. A lot of people love these fruit, and I do too, especially when they're ripened correctly. A lot of times if you see these in like the local international market stores, at least up here where I'm at, they get them way early. They pick them super early, I think, just to get them in the store. And they don't really care if they taste any good or not, or ripen correctly. So they're picked super early, not even near maturity. Then they don't ripen correctly, and you try them locally, and then you just don't like them. But you have to give them a chance. The way to really give these fruit a chance is to source them where they're actually grown, and get them from the grower. And then that way you're getting them off of their tree where they've actually sat and matured on the tree, and then you can get a good example of what the fruit tastes like. So here's that one, and let's try this giant dragon head cherimoya. I'm just gonna cut it like this. Now I've got to tell you, this is one of my all-time favorite fruits, and the most unfortunate thing about it is we can't hardly grow them here on the East Coast. Something about the humidity, and the way that the pollination comes or occurs, it just doesn't never get. I've grown a few different varieties, potted at least, and they I have such a difficult time getting to set fruit and the ripen fruit correctly. This one was kind of mishandled when I first got it. not the best. We may have to open another one up. Not the best representation. Now when you open these and they're ripened correctly, they look more like this and not, they don't have the little black areas or the brown areas like this. Now if you haven't had a cherimoya fruit, some people describe them as almost like a different version of a mango, but I think that, I mean, I can agree, but it tastes sort of like, of course it's going to taste, if you've ever had a sugar apple, it's going to taste like sort of like that, and it's going to have these little black seeds in them like that. But I think it sort of does taste like, it's got its own flavor too. Very tropical. It's got, I guess it does have hints of mango. It's got pineapple in there too. So let me just go ahead and try it, and then we'll. But the good thing that it has is with the cherimoya, good ones, they have a nice sugar and acid balance. They're not just like sugar apples are just pretty much all sweet and doesn't have a lot of complexity to the flavor. Now let's try this here. So this one is reading right about 19 bricks. So that's pretty good. Let's try a little piece. Well, that's good, even though it's not ripened correctly. Kind of mishandled. This is not like the best one. Let me try this one. Let's open this little guy, so I can maybe show you one that looks how it should look. Even though, look, we're going from this big giant dragon head to a little baby one. It looks like. Let's try this one. I bet this one will look a lot better. There we go. Look, it's got the bright white flesh. No bruising. It's soft. Very fragrant. It's got, gosh, it almost smells like an air freshener. If you get like a tropical air freshener from like Yankee Candle or something. So I usually just kind of break them off in segments like this and then bite them. Let's try, I need to clean off my refractometer. Let's try this one. Oh wow, now this one is 23 bricks, so let's taste it. Oh yeah. Way better than the other one. I knew the first one was gonna not be as good because when I got it, it was partially kind of beat up and smashed and already looked kind of brownish when I got it. All the other ones I got looked nice and green like this. So it's super delicious. That's all I gotta say here. These also would make good ingredients to shakes or smoothies. They have a lot of seeds in them. You can plant these, and if you're so inclined, you can grow them out and then maybe try to get some scion wood and graft your own. If you're on the East Coast, I'd recommend growing cherimoya. Maybe not so much cherimoya. Might just have to be satisfied with ordering your cherimoya from the West Coast and then grow your cherimoya on the East Coast. So let's try a fruit that people are going a little bit more gaga after, which is the Jaboticaba. Let me clean off my refractometer. I'm going to wash this off. So what's interesting about this Jaboticaba that is, and frustrating is the wait for you to get fruits from these things. Now, some of them, growing from seed, you have to wait 20 years, 15 years, or at least 10 years. Some of them, if you get a red hybrid or maybe the scarlet, I think they will take up to 3 years. Sometimes young, they'll fruit sooner if you're lucky. Otherwise, you'll have to buy a grafted tree. Prices for grafted trees these days are pretty insane. As you know, if you've watched my other videos, just certain varieties are just so desirable that people just lose their mind on eBay or wherever trying to buy them. I'm a little bit guilty of that. I've got an anomaly myself and a bunch of other Jaboticaba or Plinia or Mayacaria trees. So okay, so let's get one of these out of here and let's get one open. Let's scoot this over. So if you wouldn't know, if I was going to give this to my family, didn't tell them what it is, you would just automatically think this is a grape. It looks like a grape, feels like a grape, kind of smells like a grape too, which, I mean, the light scent. So a grape, or actually more like a scuppernong grape or a muscadine grape. That's what it looks like. I actually grew Supreme, the Supreme variety muscadine out there, and it looks just like this. Same size, everything, color, maybe a little bit more of the burgundy. But let's go ahead, take a look. So the skin is pretty taut. This feels like it's a balloon blown up to maximum air volume before it would blow up. So there goes. Okay, so opening it up, it's got like a kind of like a gel, kind of clearish kind of look to it. Now it's dripping. I'm gonna go ahead and just put some on this refractometer. Take a peek in here. This has a Brix of exactly 16. And let's go ahead and take a bite. Well, you can see this almost looks like a longan in the inside, like a really bushy longan. You can see like there's one giant seed here and here. Normally these have about 2 seeds in them, sometimes a third, almost like a boarded tiny seed. Let's go ahead and take a bite. So it's really tasty. The flesh is unlike a grape where it's got a different texture. I guess a little more slimy. The seed, here's the seed right there. The flesh really clings to the seed. So if you're going to try to grow these, you have to kind of sit there and work at it and try to get all the flesh off the seed. And it is really juicy. I'm flipping it inside out. So this is what it looks like close. And some people just kind of pop the edge, suck out all the flesh and seed and all, and then kind of work on that, spit out the seed, and then throw out the husk. But I actually eat the whole thing. I don't mind. I'm gotten to where I've getting used to eating the whole thing. I can eat the the husk or the outer portion of the fruit. Some of the varieties have a lot more, I guess what's called tannins in the on the outer part, but this variety at least doesn't really bother me. It's got a little, I've just grown to appreciate the flavor of it, so I can eat the whole thing and not be bothered with it. And I believe this is the Sabara variety. So well, I hope you enjoyed this little quick video. I'm going to be working on eating all these and trying to get those seeds out and planted. But there's my new toy here. Is my toy that I've not shown you, but I've had for a while. My refractometer. I don't even know if you can. Just wonder if you could. Oh, you can actually see inside there. Look at that. I don't know if you can see the actual numbers, but that's what it looks like inside when you look in one of these. And then and the reading that we got, just try to show you again. Reading that we got was, I think I said it was 16, so yeah, it's right at 16. Well, I guess that's it for now. I'm gonna try to get a little more active and posting videos. Well, springtime's coming, so you know there's gonna be a lot of activity, and I'll keep you posted on what's going on. Thanks.